I'm walking around in the circle of life, doing the things I know, walking the same ways 100 times with the same soul. But do you ever try to puff on the right side, put it up in your mind? But do you ever try to puff on the left side, put it up in your mind? It's gonna be alright. And you run, try, roll your mind. 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 Seeing all the water rain fill your eyes.
G'day and welcome back to the channel. I'm Ruben, and on today's episode we're just tying up a few little loose ends, and I have my mate Richard over from Wanaka who is helping me remove the immobiliser. It looks like a pretty simple setup and it's not going to be too hard to pull out, which is good. He's already done. Oh, can you redo that?
Redo what? Throw it over.
Throwing
I was
that
going to throw it over, but I didn't want to break your immersion.
Oh, and it looks like Richard is already done with pulling that stuff out. So yeah, pretty quick episode today. Well, let's get into it. So this is the immobiliser that I had to deal with in Christchurch. So what have we figured out? We figured out we've got a connection through to central locking.
For the door loom, yeah.
Yep. You reckon that was probably for...
Indicators and probably a overhead light for so knows when the door's open off the door switches.
Oh, yep.
And then we got a couple connections, looks like just power and ignition onto the loom from the ignition switch, just next to the turbo timer connections as well.
And we couldn't figure out why that was immobilising, because we can't see any immobiliser wires.
No.
No, so we've literally got central locking.
The only wires that have been cut from their factory harness are the two central locking wires, which we can probably recreate it if you...
Yeah, sweet.
So, and yeah, usually the central locking wires are locked when they're in like an earth state or unlocked in an earth state. So when you pull the plug, it loses an earth that it had, so they often change state if you unplug them.
Yeah. So pretty straightforward to remove then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we will...
Get chopping.
Get joining. What do you prefer, soldering iron or crimping?
I'm a crimp guy.
Crimp guy.
I like a
I
crimp.
don't know if I've got any wire crimps. I can just crimp wire to wire.
I should have brought some over.
But I've got some other crimps we can probably use. So for doing little wire join crimps, you can just start with one of these guys and you just chop off the spade terminal. Easy as that. Kind of a three-handed job there.
Very strong. Not going anywhere. Just like how OEMs do it.
Yeah, if you look at all the factory joins in a car's wiring harness, they'll all be like this. You won't find any solder. You'll only ever find solder on circuit boards in a car. Solder just doesn't handle vibration.
Or bending back and
Bending,
forth again.
yeah, any movement. Yeah, this is by far the superior way to do it.
Put the length and then just give it just a
hair
smidge of extra wire.
Yeah.
Just so it's got a little extra to relieve any strain.
Yep.
When bundled in the loom, and you'll see all the other wires are a bit like that in there too. Noise was going to stop the neighbour looks like he's going to mow his lawn.
Nice.
So it's an electric lawnmower, so it might not be too bad.
Audio fidelity.
You should just put one on and then actually heat it first, and then you won't accidentally heat this one.
You're fine.
Use a heat gun.
Use a heat gun.
Yeah, much better than this.
Yeah. Don't be rough cunts like us. You can't say that on YouTube. Yep. Okay, honking horn.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Right, put it on. I said the heat shrink and then we forgot.
Well, thankfully it's quite a large gauge. We could actually probably depin it from that plug.
But you can if you want to.
So here's an example of forgetting to put the heat shrink on, which isn't always a problem, because it is possible to just pull the wire out. Just remember where it goes. In this case it's pretty easy because every wire is populated, isn't it? There you go. Thankfully the heat shrink we're using for this job is quite a large size, so it should fit over that terminal, no worries. Easy.
Should just snap back into place. And that just stops them all from falling out once they're all in their little homes.
Beautiful.
Always good when you're putting electrical tape on, just to give a little bit of stretch each time you go around.
Nice.
And to make sure it stays on there tight and for a long time. So, yeah. That was where the
Pull that little LED,
LED was.
Yep.
And in Ruben's box of goodies, we have more.
You'd never know. Perfect.
Very satisfying.
Nicely done.
There we go. Now I'm just making sure they all line up so they do clip together nicely and don't make bad noises. There we go.
It's not broken. Amazing. It's the art of just firm enough that it stays, but not too firm that it breaks the plastic. Dream.
Close your eyes.
Well, it doesn't look like we got too much done, but that's actually two things crossed off the list. You got immobiliser and driver's seat. Next up, polish. I'm doing it with a mate, Nick. He's a former colleague of mine, and he's got his own side hustle going on, detailing. So, yeah, it's going to be nice to see what condition that paint is in, and actually get it to really shine. I think it's going to shine up really nicely. There's a couple of spots there where the paint's not going to come back, obviously. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Ruben, and on today's Project GT video, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Am I in the background of the shot, or
You will be in the background of the shot, and that's fine. I'm working that into the script in my head right now.
Oh, have you written the script down? You didn't give me a script.
We're winging it. We're winging it.